is Africa? Is it the wildlife, the beautiful coasts, thriving cities? It is more than that. It is the people. Our 55 countries have many things in common. Our cultures bind us together. They give us strength and identity. They make us proud. By sharing our knowledge and working together, we're building a new Africa that's driven by investments, by game-changing infrastructure projects, and using transformative technology to change the way we live, work, and conduct business. Using our largest natural resource, our vast arable land, we are making advances in agriculture, developing new industries, creating jobs, and improving livelihoods. Together, we are moving forward on economic integration. By consolidating Africa's significant internal market to foster trade within the continent and with the world, Africa is open for business. We are building the Africa we want. So, what is the continent of the future? The answer is Africa.
Africa Day commemorates the establishment of the African Union and the former Organization of African Unity. It is observed and commemorated annually since 1963, when the OAU was established on the 25th of May. Africa Day was initiated as a platform to acknowledge and celebrate Africa's history, heritage, and culture. It exemplifies the achievements made by the various leaders on the continent about the founding of the AU. The day is celebrated around the world, not only in African states. 2021 marks the 58th Africa Day since the founding of the AU. This year was celebrated under the theme Arts, Culture and Heritage, levers for building the Africa we want. I am Yanelisa Kiase and I am an African. Agenda 2063 is the blueprint and master plan for transforming Africa into the global powerhouse of the future. Aspiration number 5 of Agenda 2063 envisions an Africa with a strong cultural identity, common heritage, shared values, and ethics. This calls for an African cultural rebirth, which also instills the spirit of Pan-Africanism, tapping Africa's rich heritage and culture to ensure that the creative arts are major contributors to Africa's growth and transformation, and restoring and preserving Africa's cultural heritage, including its languages.
Guys, we are almost graduating. What does the future hold for us African youth?
After graduating from college, is securing a job certain?
I want to further my education. Why shouldn't I leave this country to seek other opportunities?
As an aspiring fashion designer who would like to trade in textile all over Africa, how do I get funding for my business?
Trade? Are we even sure of economic stability?
As for me, I just want to expand our family farm and set up a food processing company. But how can I easily transport and sell my goods to other African countries?
Have you not heard of Agenda 2063?
What is Agenda 2063?
Agenda 2063 is the master plan for transforming Africa into a global powerhouse of the future by the year 2063. And ensuring that Africa's development is driven by investments that are sustainable and benefits all people, and that development activities will promote unity, self-determination, freedom, progress, and collective prosperity pursued under the ideals of Pan-Africanism and the vision of Africa's Renaissance. Do you know Agenda 2063 aims to increase investment in key infrastructure, improved agricultural practices and better management of our natural resources, as well as access to quality health and education to enable Africans to unlock their full potential? And with a well-educated society and empowered people, our communities will thrive as Africans actively participate in decision-making to promote good governance, democracy, respect for human rights, and the right to live in stable and peaceful societies. And a peaceful and secure Africa will provide the right environment we desire for growth and development, productive employment and decent work for all. We can build more world-class infrastructure, sustain industrialization and foster innovation as we invest in the blue ocean economy, agriculture, advanced technology, transportation, health, renewable energy, commerce and finance, and even outer space technology, translating into a better standard and quality of living for all African people. The Agenda 2063 promotes a united Africa with a strong cultural identity, common heritage, values and ethics. Agenda 2063 will enable Africa to position itself as a strong, united, resilient and influential global player.
Wow, that is the Africa I want.
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 This is the Africa we want.
Let us unite to build the Africa we want. Visit www.au.int to learn more about Agenda 2063.
Fellow Africans, to get us underway, please rise as we observe the African Union Anthem.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. All sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa a tree of life. Let us all unite and sing together to uphold the bonds that frame our destiny. Let us dedicate ourselves to fight together for lasting peace and justice on earth. All sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life. Let us all unite and join together to give the best we have to Africa, the cradle of mankind, the font of culture, our pride and hope at break of dawn. All sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life.
To officially open the 2021 Africa Day celebration, it is my very pleasing duty to introduce to you the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Engagement, Prof. Alfred Ngowi, to enlighten us on the significance of celebrating Africa Day at CUT.
Good day to everyone. Welcome to Central University of Technology. And on behalf of our Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Henki Diarra, I would like to welcome everybody to this special occasion. Africa Day is not only a day of celebration to Africa, but it is now a global phenomenon. And it's celebrated at the higher education institutions to mark the progress which Africa has done towards its emancipation. At the CUT, we celebrate Africa Day by making sure that we inculcate into our students and staff what we call internationalization at home. We believe that although students cannot travel out of CUT to all of students cannot travel out of CUT, we believe that we can calculate global attributes by making them participate in events like this one. So Africa Day to us is an opportunity of being able to achieve just that. We also believe that the work which our academics are doing in research and teaching and learning should feature at the international level. And in the process, our academic and students will all learn from others by collaborating. So at the CUT, we have an approach of starting collaborating with the countries within SADC, and then we expand within Africa, and then globally. So we believe that the onion approach will make sure that we collaborate with the African countries which are closer to us, but then expand to those countries which are further from us, and then globally, other countries which are not African. In the area of the knowledge generation, we believe that we can tackle the global challenges with others. So the research which we're doing, we believe that we don't have all answers, and we don't have all the capacity. So we work with others within Africa. There's a first place, and then we expand using knowledge which is across the world. So we look at issues of sustainable development goals, and as you can see, they are very pertinent to Africa, and we believe that we are making a contribution in that area. So as a conclusion then, for what we do at the CUT for Africa Day, is that we link our effort of educating our students to the rest of Africa, but also the work of our academics in both teaching and learning is linked to attributes of Africa. And we believe that if we work with the African countries the way we are doing, then we'll be able to raise African presence across the world. Thank you very much, and welcome everybody to this special occasion.
As we continue to celebrate Africa Day under the theme Arts, Culture and Heritage, 2021 has robbed us African leaders who were passionate about building the Africa we want. The late King Goodwill Zwelithini, King of the Zulu Nation, and the late President of Tanzania, John Magufuli.
Has set the day not for Tanzanians but entire Africa. Death has robbed us. Magufuli has gone. It has raided a selfless and courageous leader. The ambassador of Ubuntu is no more. A dark cloud has covered Africa. A hero has fallen. A Pan-Africanist has untimely left us. A gallant son of the soul has departed. Good people don't live longer, but their legacy lives forever. Heroes don't rest in peace, but they rest in power. God gives, God takes, Rest in peace, Magufuli.
The Year of Arts, Culture and Heritage is happening at a time when the continent is still grappling with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has imposed heavy human, financial and economic costs to Africa. However, during the pandemic, the institutions of higher learning in Africa have played a key role in contributing efforts towards prevention and combating the spread of COVID-19, and furthermore, the increased use of technology. The pandemic has provided an opportunity to re-examine the continent's socio-economic priorities, including the role of research and innovation towards building the Africa we want. Allow me to again welcome back our DVC, Prof. Alfred Ngowi.
Good day, everyone. My name is Alfred Ngowi, and I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research, Innovation and Engagement at the Central University of Technology. My portfolio has the three major legs. One is the research and innovation, and then the other one is engagement with both the national and the global community. So in the area of research, what we do is the development of research to our staff and students so that they can be better researchers as the days goes by. But also it links that one to postgraduate studies, where we produce students at the master's level and at the PhD level. We believe that if we want to contribute to knowledge contribution, then we need to have the program of master's and PhD in order to make that contribution. Linked to research which is doing is innovation, because we believe that you cannot just do research for the sake of research. We look now as we are doing research, how do we innovate to bring the research outcomes into commercialization and also to solve societal problems. And we use now our engagement at the national level with the peer institutions and the other institutions which do similar work, as well as industry and the community, so that the research and innovation which we do doesn't just sit at the university. The results are shared with the industry and the community. In the area of engagement, we have a Center for Global Engagement, and this is really to bring global citizenship to both our staff and students. So we know that we cannot take all our students to outside the country for engagement. We would like to take them to other African countries, but because of logistics, that is not easy. So we do what we call internationalization at home to make sure that we partner with other African countries and they contribute to what we are teaching our students through various platforms. We have a collaboration with the various universities in Africa, and for that purpose that we want to enrich our students with the African heritage. We also do what the mobility, where some of our students and staff go out to these other African universities, and also we host students and staff from other African universities. So during that hosting, either within our institution or those other institutions, there is a lot of cultural exchange. And those who participate there, they take the message to those who are not part of those travels. So I just want to then thank everybody who's participating to Africa Day and working with the CUT as we progress in making sure that we are not remaining as an island. We work with other African entities, institutions, and so that we can boost the research which we are doing and solve African problems. Thank you very much for that.
The COVID-19 pandemic and resulting restrictions forced us to rethink and reorganize the way we do things. Despite the challenges and difficulties we faced, we also embraced the opportunity to ease the adverse effects and risks associated with the outbreak. It challenged us to consider our contribution not only to higher education, but also to the greater good of our communities. As an institution, we focused on research, partnerships, teaching and learning, support, well-being and safety. Globally, the supply chain was under severe pressure with limited imports. As a result, there was a shortage of ventilators and related medical equipment locally. CUT made a grant available to our COVID-19 research and innovation teams. Our Rapid Research and Innovation Team responded to assist the South African government with the COVID-19 pandemic. Projects undertaken include 3D printing valves for COVID-19 patients, non-invasive ventilation masks that provide patients with positive pressure and reduce the spread of the virus in the hospital, clinician personal protective equipment, as well as hand sanitizers. Our Center for Applied Food Security and Biotechnology to a local laboratory to assist in COVID-19 testing. International partnerships with countries like Germany, Belgium, Finland, the Netherlands, China, and the SADC region let us learn from and contribute to innovation in various research fields.
The 2021 theme calls for institutions of higher learning to invest more resources in promoting national and regional cohesion by investing in African culture and heritage as a vehicle for promoting and achieving the national economic and social development goals outlined in Africa's Agenda 2063. Deputy Vice Chancellor, Resources and Operations, Dr. Paul outlines the relevance of CUT in the building of a sustainable Africa.
Good morning to all our viewers, and my name is Gary Paul and I work at the Central University of Technology in the Free State. I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Operations, for Resources and Operations, and I would like to take a few moments just to share my thoughts with you on how I believe this portfolio that I'm managing is in some way enabling CUT to contribute to the development of a sustainable Africa. I think a very important aspect that one must consider when you talk about contributing to a sustainable Africa is first of all to look at what policy instruments or documents, for that matter, are available in order to ensure that there is what I would refer to as alignment. So first of all, in order for the unit that I'm responsible for to ensure that we are aligned to what CUT does, we have to make sure that we understand the university's strategic objectives. Now, universities have a very special onus on them within South African context, and that is to create a stable state. We must invest all our efforts towards the creation of a stable state. Now, what is our marker, if I could use that word, in ensuring that we are aligned to that ambition? It is most definitely the National Development Plan 2030, which in summary says that by 2030, unemployment must be significantly reduced and poverty must be eradicated. So that is the charge to a university. The next thing that we must look at is Africa 2063. What does Africa 2063 require of Africa and the African countries in order to create a sustainable Africa by the year 2063? My own view, I think a very important aspect is that it is incumbent on every country in Africa to first ensure that it or they are sustainable. So now, to bring the question closer to home, is what are the things that my portfolio is doing to ensure that we contribute to the National Development Plan 2030, as well as to Agenda 2063, which is what brings Africa together. I think, first of all, Africa 2063 talks about a high standard of living and quality of life and well-being for all citizens. So what CUT does and what my portfolio does through the Human Resources Department is to ensure that we create a pleasant work environment for all our employees and provide them with work that makes meaning, that gives them an opportunity to express themselves. And of course, in return for those investments from our employees, the university pays them what I believe to be a very competitive salary. So what does that do? That then results in our employees being able to go and participate in the economy, support their families, and live a life which I would like to describe as a very decent life, a high quality life. So that's the one aspect that I believe we make a direct contribution to the creation of an environment where our people can live high quality lives within South Africa, and that then plugs in directly into Agenda 2063, which is part of creating a sustainable Africa. The second thing that I think the ResOps portfolio does at CUT, which is also an imperative in Agenda 2063, is the whole notion of transformed economies. So what the supply chain management function at CUT has done was to conduct a radical review of how it could create opportunities for small, medium, black-owned businesses within Bloemfontein and the province, because that is our first level of responsibility, and then beyond the province, how they can secure opportunities to do work for CUT. And of course, in doing so, we are enabling those small, medium and black-owned businesses to also establish their own business profile. And by doing that, they are also then able to employ people, grow their business, and add to the reduction of employment and enhancing the quality of life, which I think is perhaps something that we don't always realize when we do our jobs, but it's actually quite important that we, from time to time, remind ourselves that the work that I do actually has a very definite and very meaningful societal impact in the form of transforming the economy. The third thing, which I think is also something which we may not be as keenly aware of as we ought to be, is the work that is done by our Estates and Infrastructure Division. So what are they responsible for? Now, in order to deliver quality education, you need quality infrastructure, modern and quality infrastructure that are responsive to the ever-changing needs of a dynamic academic delivery system. So what my colleagues do in Estates and Infrastructure, they liaise with the faculty deans, and we understand what their infrastructural requirements are, because that plugs into another goal which is captured in Africa Agenda 2063, which is a well-educated citizenry. Now, if we don't have infrastructure which is fit for purpose, one can argue and probably accept that our students will not be able to get exposure to a quality education. So not only do we, through the provision of infrastructure, do we enable access into the university, but we also enable success out of the university by virtue of the fact that our students graduate and they then become part of a well-educated citizenry. And again, they secure jobs, they become economically active, and so does that whole value chain spawn a very wide array of positive societal impacts. And that in a nutshell, to the viewers, is what I believe CUT does through the Resources and Operations Division under my leadership and then supported by my team. In summary, we make sure that we create a work environment to our employees which enables them to deliver their best efforts. They get well remunerated, they live quality lives. Through our supply chain management, we've transformed and innovated our supply chain management environment to create opportunity for small, medium and black-owned businesses to secure jobs so that they can employ people and then in turn create jobs for others and for themselves also create a better life. And by doing that, we transform the economy. And then the third point was a well-educated citizenry through the provision, I believe, of fit-for-purpose infrastructure, modern, responsive to the ever-changing needs of our academic fraternity within the university. Thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated.
Poetry in Africa contains message, and it is a vehicle for social connections, ideas, and a way of embracing art, culture, and heritage. Nthabiseng Ja Rose pays tribute to all women in Africa.
Mawatle, Mawatate, Miru, Maru, Wabusa, Mataha, Mawatle, Mawatate, Miru, Maru, Wabusa. Sabuphilo hopula chabana se Sesotho batwana ba lebetsweng ke badimo batwana ba lebetseng hwala le koko ba rapele modimo nkwe metsi matlaho khomi words e wela letsatsi le letsatsi fela hono ha o ba tshosi matlaho na ho ka etsahalang ha o ka emisa ho besetsa mollo wa letsatsi wa emisa moya o re o hema lehodimo le watle lehodimodimo la tsholoha matsatsitsatsi na ne re ka e ba bo mang merua le matla sene sa pulai Maru Masefako, wena mamoya, mamuhudi, maphoka, masidiba, makwetsi, mamol.
Africa has the youngest population in the world with more than 400 million young people aged between the ages of 15 to 35 years. Such a youthful population calls for an increase of investment in economic and social development factors to improve the development index of African nations.
Good morning, Africa. Why is Africa Day so important? Africa Day is important because we actually get the chance to celebrate and acknowledge African solidarity, unity in diversity, African creativity, and our challenges that we have been faced as an African people, our successes as the African people, and also this is just a chance to celebrate cultural and economical potential that this continent has. Another thing about this day is that we actually get to reminisce, we actually get to go back and look on our progress as the African people while coming together. This actually comes to looking at things like the Ghanaian independence, the Congolese independence, the South African rise in the in the African Union, the women empowerment, and also many more that have been happening in Africa, all over Africa. This day, if we actually stand together, it will actually instill a sense of pride and make Africa better. I am Africa, you are Africa. Siku njema ya Africa, bonne journée d'Afrique, happy Africa Day.
Bathi kude maningi izindala zombini bathi inhlanga zidibene dizalwa ke intombi yomswati unzimanzi uhlasa uzondo uncowena umgazi indlovu umakhasibela nshashalazile bathi sisemzansi Africa ama-Africa adibene kwaye ke kuninzi ekumele sithethe ngako. South Africa is a home for all who live in it. We can speak of all different cultures, we can speak of all different races. We accommodate everyone. South Africa is home, formerly known as Azania, a home for all Black citizens. So let us all ensure that we all unite and build the South Africa that our own heroes have hoped for it. It's South Africa, it's Azania, our heroes, Otato Rolihlahla Mandela, bayenza oludabi olu, baluchintsha, basakha isizwe sethu. Isizwe sihlangene, Azania, South Africa.
Sinemaswati, sinemihambo ehlukile. Emaswati abuya ekudzeni, le etulo East Africa, iminyaka lendlulile bafike lapha enzaweni eSwatini bakakhona indzawo tabo tekuhlala. Emaswati atiwa ngekudla kwabo lokuhlukile nemasiko abo lahlukile. Thathi nemaswati sihluke kakhulu. Ukhuluma kwethu akufani nalokunye. eSwatini kuyatiwa ukuthi kunemasiko labita ukuthi semantombazane aye ekhathi emhlangeni ayotanisa ngebuntombi babo lobuhlukile. Lapho ke inkosi Mswati ingila ikhona ukukhetha khona umfati lomusha. Thina eMswati siqapha ngibuswati bethu. Ngakho ke imigidfo lefana nalena ivame kakhulu eveni lethu eSwatini. Lapho ke sihlangana khona sonke sibonga debuswati bethu, bungithi bethu nekuhluka kwethu. Ngiyabonga.
People Ikwenu. Sunana Lindiwe Mkhwanazi, which means my name is Lindiwe Mkhwanazi. I welcome you. Today I'm representing Nigeria, a beautiful land, a beautiful country. We are known with our different tribes, which are Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, that are very hardworking people. In Yoruba, they are well known with hot food. I mean, hot pepper, sweet food. Igbo, their men are known as hardworking. They love their wives and they spend money on their wives. They don't want their woman to look bad, but they want their woman to look beautiful. My people, I'm very proud of this country. We use Naira. As we can hear us every time when we call, we say 1 Naira, 2 Naira. That is our currency. I thank you.
Ke nna Thabang Nyawa ya metseng naga ya Lesotho naha ya Lesotho ke naha e kgethileng re kgethile ka puo re kgethile ka moaparo re kgethile le ka naha ya rona e tlang e tswapua ke dinoka mahareng e potapotuwe le ke dithaba ho tloa moo e potapotuwe ke Afrika Borwa ho tswa makgotlong ohle morena wa rona ke morena Letsie wa boraro Pula.
Greetings, Dumelang, Absheni, Lipelile. I go by the name of Rorisang Florence Nguna, an SRC member under the Office of Art, Culture and International Student Office. Yes, this is African Month and we are celebrating African Week. Our Africanness is something that we embrace and we celebrate the most. Ernest Hemingway once said that he never woke up one day and he was never happy in Africa because we are people of liberation, happiness and joy. We embrace everything. Even through all the trials and tribulations that we face, we make sure that we pull through and we make the best of every situation. Looking into the CUT campuses, especially here in Volcom campus, we have students of different tribes. We have Sutus, we have Xhosas, we have Tsongas, we have Swatis, all different types of languages. As in South Africa, we do have 11 official languages. We make sure that we embrace these students because this is who we are. Remember, before we are students, we are Africans. My boy, Africa, because we are the people who strive to make the best and we embrace who we are. Please do enjoy the videos in the slide which you see of the students who are representing different countries. We have Nigerians, we have students from Swati and Basotho, obviously. Thank you.
Africa Day celebration at CUT is an annualized internationalization at home project with the aim to bring the local and global together and also to advance CUT graduate attributes, citizenship and global leadership to build the leaders who are ethical that can contribute to the Africa that we want.
Tsepa ke letlaka le nyathedisi hlangwa la monna mosipiri monna a hloke kgoma le tsileng wewe wa ifumana tsielala ba moreneng batho tsielala tshaba sa thesele tsielala maapara go ba matle ke mohlakwana ke motho wa pholwa di sema maila o mathelwa ke motho wa sane sengwathana sa maobane che ke motho wa jampolokwe kaofela hoba ke mogolo go thwa magumo sekgoba ha mo she ke mopaki wa ditaba ke mosokollo sokolla taba tse thata ke bohale ba kwebe sekgoba ha mo she ha phama tseke tsepa sebakeng ho makwala ke masia sena mahloka lebelo ya sena seka da che mayatele ke sekgobo wa ha mo shi khotso e rakwa ka tseka di ranta le nna ke lefe khotso e rekwa ka tseka di ranta ke lefemo a isane ke bope khotso phephetso ka phasolo ka tse mmala ditletlebo tja ke khale masello la hla dithole haka ke khabile ka tsetso ho tlala lehano ke re tsheisana ka mero re sa utlwane ke re khotso e rekwa ka tseka di ranta che le nna ke lefe thapama dinako tsa mantsibuya thapama ke fumana tse se hlopha dikobiso sefako sa mahlapa sa nkolobisa ke apere letata thatholwa ho nkapesa mokokotlo phipitha phadi sa dikeseletso mo aisane a manamisa dipuo tse mpe ke sa di bua ke re khotso e rekwa ka tseka di ranta che le nna ke lefe morena phela ha entsebeletsi morena phela e khadile e khatholla e titiane metsi tumediso ke le shogwenyo kotsi tumediso mo aisane kenya puo tsanyediso ke tetse ya majakane ntlo ya majakane ke kopa thapelo bo madiba bo sa tlolle mafura thapelo ke fumana a etetse tlatla matsholo ho isa tsa ba heteni ditshito ke re khotso e rekwa ka tseka di ranta che le nna ke lefe ke mosokollo sokolla taba tse thata ke bohale ba kwebe sekgoba ha moshe ha phama tseka tsa ba sebakeng ho makwala ke masia sena mahloka lebelo ya sena seka ja che mayatele ke sekgobo wa ha moshi dithaba se rua magalo re bone bahale dithaba se rua magalo re bone bahale a tsatsi le tsibola ka mahlasedi se dile bokamoso ga go magala ka tlao tlapala rantsho o thella o theletse le moriri wa matlapa tlapana ga gaketsa ka diatla ke bua ka bahale ke bua ka Mandebele Maswati Amazulu Amakhoza Basotho Batswana bohle kaofela re ma Afrika dithaba se rua magalo che re bone bahale.
Since Africa Day is not only celebrated in Africa, but also now an international phenomenon, which is embraced globally, including the higher education institutions, as part of internationalization at home projects. CET, through its Center for Global Engagement, is no exception. It is for this reason that Africa Day at CET is also an annual internationalization at home project, because of its long history of providing a home for Africans and other international scholars and visitors to its campuses from diverse backgrounds and cultures.
Mbu Ari Lesedi Rangkholo, representing the Igbo tribe.
Sunana Lindiwe Mkhwanazi, representing Buhasa tribe.
We pride ourselves with our country, Nigeria.
We are proud of our different languages
and tribes. We have over 20 tribes, but there are 4 main tribes, namely the Igbo tribe, which I'm representing, the Fulani.
And we also have the Yoruba, the ones who are well known with the crop, which is yam.
We also have our famous food, which is very common. It's called jollof rice and our fried chicken. It's very delicious.
As Yorubans, they know us with pepper food. We use too much pepper. Our food is sweet. You can perceive with your ears and your mouth.
We are also known for our pigeon.
Pigonu, please do not hesitate to be marrying our daughters. Our Igbo girls, they are yellow like this. And we have also our African queens. This is our lady, our Yuban lady. You can see her, very fun girl. Ise.
Nkosi, Dlamini, wena wekunene, wena welihlanga la kaNgwane, Hlubilo Muhle, Mlangeni. Wena longadli imvula emnyama ngoba usabe emafinyila. Mlangeni lomuhle, wena lomdzala. Dlemane, Shumila kadzeni, awuqedwa Nkosi.
Ngiyanibingelela nonke. Ngizonazisa ngesive seMaswati, the Kingdom of Eswatini, which is led by King Mswati III, who has been on the throne ever since he was 18, born on the 19th of April 1986. He has been helped by his mother, the Queen Mother, and the Prime Minister, Themba Masuku. Thank you.
Knock knock. Knock knock.
Dumela mongashi.
Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
We are fine. We speak English. We're not familiar with Sotho. Yes, sir. So this is my wife. We are from Algeria. This is Mrs. Smith. Yes, yes. So we are in Lesotho. We are tourists, actually. So we came to know about your culture, your tradition, everything about the king, the language, yes, the food, yes, sir.
Okay, no
Yes,
problem. Let me go and check.
Okay,
chief. Thank you. Morenaka. Ba batleha ka lekgotla ka monana. Re na le baeti go tswa Algeria ma. Ke ba dumelle morena. Danke. More. Thank you. You can sit down. Hey.
Modimo e motjha rapela modimo wa kgale ke tshwene selo motho tshwene makopo ke le ribana le ntseng sephoko le ntseng kgaibane mathuleng kgaibane ke sema marela ke re ya sehulelwa ka mahlong ha ke thinya ke aparang nkwe ke hlwenya salobane temo ka bua mweka wa bua hangwa le khiba wa bua la dipela di falla ka sena meno makharanqa meno ka otlana alla dikhara mahlwana ke tsemisetsa mutibi bithing ke tsedimisa a tshalametsa ke re ke mophetwa tswete mantswagantswaga ba ga me o ntshware ke robeya empa ke robe go le kalo ke mabele ke gantsha matsato ma marele go ba ke tsetse ka bo chopo ba chopo sela le methata Pula Nala Pula Nala Ere ke tle ko phethele ka Lesotho ke naha e theuweng hodima dithaba ke morena Moshweshwe wa pele selemo ene ele sa sekete magolo a robedi mashume a mabedi le metso e mmedi hona jwale e tlasa puso ya morena Letsie ra Basotho kena morena Letsie ra Basotho se iso ke le bala jwang kantoro ya tonakgolo moetetsi majoro haebe o sa tlala kampeng o tla tlala mona Lesotho o theohele motse moholo Maseru o tle o latse pone o tle o tlwe motoho o be o theosetse ka jwala ba Sesotho bo etsang banna hore ba tsamaye ba kganna dikgomo
Morenaka
wa nkutlwa na ha ke so qete Bosotho mona re khaba ka moaparo ke moaparo wa rona o ikgethileng mora mofokeng o hlotse tshia a para kobo ya Basotho a para sana marena hobane jwale kgomo di tswile sakeng la bafokeng la tsa kena sakeng la ha motaung mo ngwana na motaung a la tlwella thethana a para seshweshwe ke mo a rwala tuku a sotha jolo ka nkgono mantsopa ke yena ngaka ya Basotho a ke lentlweleng tjotle mo ho mafatshe hobane temo mona e bohlokwa Sesothong temo ke yona e phedisang moruo wa Lesotho nka maluti kyao o ba rekele senomaphodi ba thosetse taba tsa Lesotho ha go tlwe medidi tsane bomme ha go tlwe mokorotlo montate ngata.
Morenaka. O fihla torong o sa laetsa. O fihla ho nna ka toro. E tswe mosebetsi e le ho lemohisa tjhaba sa ya mahodimong. Ke bua ka moya o fihlang ke sa ikgethela. Ke bua ka moya wa pontsho. Pitso e ke bitseditsweng ke ya mahodimong. Re bitseditswe dipitso tse fapaneng. E tswe maikemisetso ke a matle. Maikemisetso ke ho lemohisa setjhaba sa ya mahodimong. Pono ho rona e tla ka toro. Ditaelo tsa hae ho nna di tla ka toro. Tshobotsi ya rona ke yena. Difahleho tsa rona ke yena. Toro ha ke ikgethela, ke kgethetswe ke ya mahodimong. E le pitso ho tla lemohisa tjhaba sa hae ka tse ntle le tse mpe. E tswe ha ke ikgethela, ke yena a nkgethetseng.
Pula.
Pula.
Nala.
Pula.
Nala. Ndiminyangeleza umdaka omnyama okwezilenzi iqaba eliqeqeshekileyo imbongi engqondo equletha amagama okuquqa ingqobhoko kweminye imidaka nkoku umyezo wezobe mandivulelwe ndikhe iziqhamo zomdila wenyaniso ndabelane neminye imidaka ndandula ukudanduluka ngezwe elikhulu ndisithi embo bantwana bomthonyama, embo bantwana bomgquba, embo bantwana bomzobomvu. Ngala maqhinga kasoqhingasho liqhophololo labangela ubana ndiqinisa umqolo ndakugqiba ndiwuvala wam umlomo. Andinamaqhinga oqabela iqhina qha ndiyaqina xa ndiqabela eqongeni ndiphalaza lentlungu kudala ndigcine ngaphakathi kumesifubeni. Embo bantwana bomthonyama, embo bantwana bomzobomvu. Let me ascend my blankets, for I am about to lay my head on my pillows. Walk some kilos as I escape with the realities of this world. Welcome to the fantasy world. Ilizwe lamaphupho apho ngekho inhliziyo ezawuqhubeka. Amawethu endingqongile ndingqongwe nangamanyange ndikhe ndiqhumisa impepho ndirhogele ivumba lamathamsanqa. Olu luqhagamshelwano nonxulumanyo nezinyanya. I feel strong, invisible, magnetic bond. It's a superior power that upholds intsikelelo zam, then provide warmth when I'm cold. I'm told it was there when I was 1 day old. We link through our genetic code. This is inheritance, not adoption. Rejection is not an option. I get it though. Some have chosen westernized, modernized fashion, but masiyeke kuba ndifuna ubana ngayo mna nawe siqhubeleke. Qamaku.
My name is Dina Moloja. I am representing IT department in Velcom. I'm an African because she is the mother of all continents, a place I am proud to call home, a place of heroes and heroines, not only because my umbilical cord is planted in Africa, but my soul is fed in Africa. I have seen tears of mothers and fathers who have lost much in the hands of thieves that crippled the motherland, but also I have seen her strength in fighting back for her children that made me choose her. I am proudly standing here to say that I'm an African woman.
Hello CUT community, Mr. Mukwena from Tourism Department. I'm certainly excited to share this video with you to explain what it means to be an African. Being an African is embedded in the understanding and the premise that individually we are unique, but we exist in a diverse society. Being an African transcends all the characteristics that makes us unique as individuals, be it age, race, gender, ethnicity, language. And what it does is it celebrates that diversity by embracing the uniqueness and the differences. Thank you.
Happy Africa Day. Hey, Happy Africa Day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy Africa Day. Brothers, sisters, Happy Africa Day. And to the freedom fighting fathers. Hey. Like a flower smiling in the sun. Africa, this is your time to shine. Although there's growing pains, rainbows follow the rain. This is the time to unite. No, no longer to fight. No, no, no. Madiba, show us the way to show love. Though we feel the pain from the past, to the fathers who lost so many sons, and the mothers, please hold on. Hey, Happy Africa Day. Hey, Algeria and Angola, Happy Africa Day. Just Benin, Botswana, Happy Africa Day. Burkina Faso and Burundi, Happy Africa Day. Cameroon, Cape Verde, Happy Africa, Happy Africa, Happy Africa Day. Just the Organization of African Unity, May 25, 1963. If you didn't know, then now you know. This is the day we celebrate. To my brothers and sisters all over the world, I hope and I pray that you one day return to the motherland and make a difference if you can. Hey, Happy Africa Day. Chad Congo and Djibouti, Happy Africa Day. Egypt and Guinea, Happy Africa Day. Ethiopia and Eritrea, Happy Africa Day. Gabon and Gambia, Happy Africa Day. Ghana, Ivory Coast, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Mali, Mauritius, Happy Africa Day. Morocco, Mozambique, Namibia, Happy Africa Day. Niger, Nigeria, Rwanda, Happy Africa Day. Senegal, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Happy Africa Day. Somalia, South Africa, Sudan, hey, Happy Africa Day. Swaziland, Tanzania, Togo, Tunisia, Happy Africa Day. Uganda, Zambia, Happy Africa Day. Zanzibar, Happy Africa Day. Zimbabwe, Happy Africa Day. Yelele, 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 Happy Africa Day. Yelele, yelele, hey, Happy Africa Day.
To ensure the realization of the attainment of the Pan-African vision of an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa, let us all support Africa-led initiatives to ensure the achievement of the aspirations of African people. This celebration is also a platform for the continent to engage and build stronger networks and partnerships at various levels across national and international boundaries.
It is a privilege to be celebrating Africa Day at CUT. But as a university of technology and also as a university in Africa, we need to take some reflections and ask ourselves, what does it mean to be a university in Africa? But first, we must look at some of the challenges that are facing universities in Africa. There are many universities in Africa that are ranked amongst the best in the world. But the sad reality is that if you look at the world rankings, there's a world ranking that indicates that the top university, one of the top universities listed on that ranking in Africa is ranked number 275 in the world. And yet we only have 7 continents. And this is where we need to all reflect and ask ourselves, where are we going wrong? But the good reality is that we all know that we build from a position of weakness. And we need to take advantage of this as Africans and ask ourselves, where do we want to take our universities? How are we going to position each and every university in such a way that it makes a meaningful impact in the society? It's good to theorize within the classrooms, but how do we move beyond the classrooms and ensure that we rise above the constrictions of theory into the freedom of practice? And yes, of course, universities are blamed that there's an oversupply of graduates which results to unemployment. But we all need to play an equal role in terms of ensuring that there is a balance similar to the balance that you find within the animal kingdom. There needs to be a balance in the kinds of graduates that we are producing. And for this effect, we need entrepreneurs as much as we need human resource practitioners. We need marketers as much as we need innovators who will ensure that new industries are developed for the benefit of all humankind and for the benefit of mankind. But not only in terms of Africa, but we need to make sure that we also play a competitive role worldwide. It was Professor Hugh Africa who once said, the word university means universality. That means what happens in a university in Africa is supposed to happen in a university all over the world, but without losing our identity. In other words, the one becomes many and the many becomes one. Well, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, yes, it's an honor for us to celebrate this day, the 58th anniversary of the Africa Day. When you look at the number 58, you know, myself, I believe a lot in numerology. Number 58 signifies nothing else that it is the year of business. It is the year of doing things differently. It's the year of innovation. But it's even more important, 50 is made up of 2 perfect numbers. 50, which is a number of jubilee, freedom, but 8 is a number of new beginnings. So we are free to have new beginnings, but freedom is part of the story and not the whole story. It must be complemented with responsibility. And as Africans, we have the capability and the potential to be responsible. Thank you very much.